All right, y'all. So we're about to get into the tea because it is hot. But before we do that, we got to talk about this group trip to Vietnam, March 14th through the 20th of 2026. I want you to be there. If you have seen our trips to Bali, to Thailand, to Zanzibar, and our upcoming one to Cape Town, you don't want to miss this one to Vietnam. People ask me, why did I choose Vietnam? I mean, look at it. We got good pricing in terms of the currency conversion, so the dollar takes you further. We got beautiful landscapes, and we got great Vietnamese food and shopping. Plus, 3 cities, so we're gonna be running around this country looking all types of crazy and all types of lit. And we got a 2 day luxury cruise, y'all. A 2 day luxury cruise. So I need you to go ahead and make your reservation today. Go ahead and make your deposit today. You can put it on a payment plan. Click the link in the description. Now we can really get into this tea. When I tell y'all I'm having a day, y'all. I am having a day. I can't even use the surprise no more because the people done got mad and they tried to say I was taking their songs and their music. Y'all, it's crazy. This is so crazy. How about I did a whole video, y'all? I'm using my MacBook camera right now because my actual camera is offline. I did a whole video, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I was going good, y'all. 30 minutes. And y'all know what? That video ain't had no sound. How'd that happen? I don't know. But we back again, y'all. We listen. I shan't be stopped. No, 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 no. You cannot keep you cannot keep a good old person down. Not today. No, you won't. No, you will not. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my camera, so y'all give me 1 second. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and get into the Ashley Darby of it all. When I tell you, killing me softly with her song, killing me softly with her song. Yes, Ashley is back in the building with the vocals, baby. New single, y'all. She is going to be remixing Roberta Flack's Killing Me Softly, releasing November 14th. Y'all, that's just in 2 days. That is just in 2 days. So, do you know what that means for you? You need to gird your loins. Gird your loins. Gird them and gird them good. All right. Get your coins ready. Well, nowadays you can stream everything. So, just download it. If you know what I'm saying. Like, just get the download, child. Like, I don't know. If I go out real quick, it's because I'm trying to fix this camera. Listen, I have become a technician on live, so just work with me. Yo, this thing is still not working. Oh my god, what is going on? Oh, there it is. Hey y'all. Hold on, let's see if I can. Oh, there we go again. Back again. Listen. We're just gonna have to make it do what it do today because the camera's not gonna be with us. All right. Yes, we're gonna touch the classics. We're gonna touch the classics, and Ashley is gonna touch them. She's gonna finesse them. Yes. Like she licked up on Jazzy's throat the other night on the episode. All right. She's gonna touch that song the way she licked up on Jazzy's throat. All right. So here we go. Make sure you guys get the new single. Let me tell y'all why I always mention this thing too. And one of the reasons why I always mention Ashley is because Ashley has what a lot of people don't have. Can you guess what it is? 3 guesses. Ashley has the galls. Okay. Ashley has the galls, the cojones. I mean, she is just out there dipping and doing, y'all. She is just dipping and doing. And don't you know, she is managing to dip and do her way into a studio, okay? Into a studio, dropping some beats, and she don't even need Candy to do it, okay? She don't even need Candy to go into the studio and we'll see if we can drop some beats. Drop some beats on them. Give me one more second to clean up this MacBook camera. I feel raggedy today. I this is very raggedy of me, and y'all know I like to be presentable, but we are ragamuffin today, y'all. And just like Ashley, I don't have no shame that I got to clean off this camera, right? That I got to clean off the MacBook camera because my actual camera is doing its own business. Where is Norman? This is why you can't give your assistants the day off because he is not only supposed to be getting my tea, but he's also supposed to be fixing this camera. Pull it together. All right, y'all. Speaking of getting it pulled together, y'all, have you seen this Wendy Williams news? I was going to talk about this yesterday, but guess what, y'all? We are going to be doing the accidentally. Oh my God, I got to get this camera fixed before tonight. We're doing Accidentally Informed with Erica Cobb and Claudia Jordan tonight, y'all. Tonight. So we're gonna really dive into this Wendy Williams story a little bit later on tonight. But I want to give you a preview in case you might have missed what's going on with Wendy. And for the most part, I don't enjoy reporting on Wendy unless it's something like this, right? I don't want to. It's just it never feels good to me to like pile on to what she has been going through, and it's just so sad to me, and it's frustrating to me as well. So it's hard for me to really like do stories on them on this particular situation, but we're going to touch on it just for a second and we're going to touch on it a bit more tonight. So let's tap in real quick. According to TMZ, y'all, Wendy Williams does not have frontotemporal dementia. The new tests are clearing her after 3 years under the guardianship. So y'all know that the condition has kept her under a strict guardianship for more than 3 years. But the sources are telling TMZ that Wendy took a series of tests in New York City and the results were clear. She does not have dementia. Her legal team got the results late last month and is now preparing to take action. This news goes against what her guardian once claimed when she said that Wendy tested positive for the illness. So was somebody lying? Experts told TMZ that the frontotemporal dementia never gets better, yet Wendy has continued to improve, showing strength and recovery since getting sober 3 years ago. Her lawyers plan to file legal documents within the next 2 weeks, asking the court to end the guardianship. If the judge refuses, attorney Joe Takapina is ready to demand a jury trial to free Wendy Williams. Man, can you imagine? All I'm going to say is this real quick. Can you imagine? First of all, they've taken her money. Then they've taken her freedom for 3 years. My God, today. Who needs to answer for this? We're going to get into that discussion tonight on Accidentally Informed. And we're going to be talking about that and a whole lot more. Y'all, we got to get into Salt Lake City. We have got to get into Salt Lake City of it all. I gotta. Y'all been asking me to get back to Salt Lake City, and I have been like on the fence. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it, but what I witnessed was television magic. Okay, I want you to understand this recent episode. It's called Unicorn Overboard. It's episode 6. Season 6 of season 6, episode 9. Y'all, this was cinema. This was cinema, okay? I want you guys to know that. It's the final day at sea and tensions boil over as Meredith and Brittany's feud continues. Meredith finds fault with Whitney. Bronwyn offers Meredith a sacrificial offering. An alleged incident leaves the group divided and forced to pick sides. Y'all, first of all, let me say this. This episode had everything that I always look for in a Housewives episode. and more. It had it all. If you missed it, don't worry. I'm going to give you the lowdown. I'm going to give you the lowdown of every showdown. A lot of this episode hinges on an alleged incident on the plane that we don't see. Okay? You don't see any of this happen on the plane. We're told about it later. Everything stems from this rumor that Brittany brings to the group in the last episode about Meredith's husband, Seth, allegedly cheating and this information just happens to casually be on TikTok, right? So Brittany gets the information. She shares it with Whitney. Whitney apparently tells her, you need to tell Meredith, right? And she wants to give her the opportunity to tell Meredith. Now, after Brittany says it, she makes it seem like she was trying to do a nice thing for Meredith. But I'm like, girl, no, you weren't. You really weren't. Y'all not even getting along. Why would you think that this would be nice? It's not nice. But what happens next, I don't know if Brittany quite deserves. But baby, let me tell you something. It's the next day. It's the final day. It's kind of a cross between like a crossover with, the below deck, and they're on the boat, and it's their last day. They're at breakfast. Meredith is sitting right beside Brittany and tossing her hair in the girl's face. I mean, she is going in on the poor girl, right? She's also got smoke for Whitney, but Whitney's like, no, not to me, because what you won't do is this. You will not tell me that I had something to do with it. I told her that she has to tell you, and I gave her the opportunity to do that. So Meredith makes it clear, either you're on my side or you are on Brittany's side. And the rest of the ladies don't take well to that. But it's time to get off the boat. While everybody is packing up, y'all, for what reason does Bronwyn have to grab Brittany's unicorn that Jared gave her, and then and run to Meredith's room, decide that they're gonna together dress up in costume so they can incognito run to the top of the boat and toss the unicorn off of the boat? Let me say a couple of things real quick. Y'all know there's a complete lack of respect for this girl. Okay, just a complete lack of respect. Because not only is that this girl's private belongings, that's her personal belonging, right? I don't care if you don't like her. I don't care if you don't respect her relationship with Jared. But Lord knows if somebody had done this to Meredith's stuff, do y'all know, you think that Meredith blew up on that plane? She would have, her entire body would have exploded had somebody taken something out of her stuff, okay, and tossed it overboard. Second off, Bronwyn would have blown a gasket as well. Okay, she would have blown a gasket, blown all of Todd's money, and it would have been no can do. Had somebody gone into her room, took one of her couture items, and tossed it overboard. Now, again, this item is from Jared, but still, at the end of the day, it's hers, and you're going through her. You're touching her things, right? So they tossed the unicorn over the boat into the water. Now, I knew in my mind, somebody from production is going to get this unicorn. Why did I know that? Because when you watch the scene, it's two boats in the corner. Off to the corner, you can clearly see the two boats. So I'm thinking somebody's going to get this unicorn. That's the girl's stuff, right? At the end of the day, y'all can't be throwing somebody else's belongings overboard and not expecting a smackdown. And if Brittany had actually given somebody a smackdown, at this point, it would have been warranted, okay? So by the time they get off she's looking for the unicorn. Poor thing can't find the wet unicorn. Her hair is wet. And why is her hair wet this entire trip? I'm like, my God, get a blow dryer. So then they get off the boat. She discovers that it was Bronwyn and Meredith, mostly Bronwyn, who decided to throw this unicorn overboard. So she stomps off. She's already upset and in the mood, yada, yada. So whatever happens on the plane, don't make it no better. So let's get into what actually happened on the plane, allegedly, right? We're gonna hit that alleged icon because Meredith has a background in law, and so we do not want to get on the bad side of Meredith, the lawmaker. But here's the thing about this whole situation. The ladies get on the plane, and I don't know why somebody was not recording this, somebody from the cast, that is. But if you watched the episode, can you confirm to me, were they in business class? That looked like business class to me, okay? That looked like business class that the ladies were sitting in. And this matters. All of this matters. So I want you to just, if you can confirm, because in my mind I was like, was this in business class? It's very much given that they were in business class. What happens is Meredith is still upset about these rumors that Brittany has found out about from TikTok. Brittany is sitting in front of Lisa and Meredith. So Brittany is on the aisle, Lisa is behind her, and Meredith is at the window. Meredith is allegedly going off to Lisa about Brittany such that Brittany can hear. It's also such that Whitney and Mary, who are sitting beside each other in front, like catty-corner beside Brittany on the other side, can hear her. Mary at some point has on headphones and still realizes that this is going on. Heather, for some reason, is asleep at the wheel, right? She is asleep. And then she apparently wakes up at some point during this whole situation where it is alleged that Lisa and Meredith were allegedly terrorizing this girl until she is crying in the seat like a wet noodle. At one point, Meredith allegedly gets up, rattles and rolls the seat, and then sloshes her drink all up on Lisa and on Brittany. So Brittany is allegedly now soaking wet, hair still wet. This hair can't ever get dry, right? So she gets up, goes to the bathroom at some point. Lisa is getting in her face, allegedly telling her, "You've done it now. Show us that TikTok. Show us the TikTok, girl." So apparently it is made to seem as though Lisa is trying to bully this girl into showing her the TikToks as proof. It is claimed that Meredith never said anything directly to Brittany, but was speaking so loud and going off so like openly about this situation that it was just embarrassing for everybody. Now, here is the thing. My thing is, I have questions. Why did nobody record this? Was this in business class? I just, my God, today, I cannot imagine this happening in the business class, not the business. Y'all, when people pay very good money for the business class. And I should hope, my God, if I found myself sitting on a plane in business class and I can't see Meredith yelling and screaming in the business class, but what I can see her doing is being super animated. And you know how she starts to getting, a little, she can be a little jerky when she gets upset. I can see that happening. But my thought is, if this is happening in business class, where is the footage? Did nobody capture this on their phone? And then second of all, where is the flight attendant? People pay so much money for business class seats. Let me tell you something. If I had heard this commotion going on behind me when I am trying to sleep on my 5-hour flight back from wherever, and you and your compadres are being unruly, guess what I'm gonna do? My name is Karen, a flight attendant person. Can you get them people back here? Because I know I spent my good money to be in this place, and I want to be in peace, not in pieces. They got to go. Somebody back here got to go. One of these people got to go, and they sloshing drinks too. Take them away. Take them away. Send them back, because this cannot happen in the business class. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. And I don't know why Brittany keeps on sinking down like a wet noodle and crying and busting out crying. At some point, girl, you got to start fighting back. You need to throw something back. I mean, I'm not a fan. Listen, I'm not trying to condone no violence or nothing like that. But if they sloshing and throwing things all over you, girl, get to throwing back. Now, I know you threw that water back at Meredith, and she pulled one on you. But at the end of the day, if at first you don't succeed, try again, girl, because they tried it with you. They spilled their drink all over you a second time. So why don't you try again too? Girl, toss it back. All right. Every time something happens, you start tossing drinks back. Let's all put on a show. My hair wet, your hair wet. How about that? That's what we're going to do. But here's the thing, y'all. Meredith is very much giving, this never happened. It didn't happen like that. Oh, no. Absolutely not. Me? Oh my God. Who? What? I was speaking to my friend about the situation. And unfortunately, if she heard about it, then I'm so sorry that she heard about it. But it didn't happen like that. And I'm thinking to myself, girl, all these other people have a whole different story. Even when Lisa gets back, Lisa is telling John in the car while she's munching on her Wendy's, listen, Meredith lost her ish. She was completely literally, she is telling John the absolute truth of her experience with Meredith at that point. But of course, she's leaving herself out of it. But baby, let me tell you something. Heather and Whitney, they did not. Okay. What I loved about this episode so much was that some shows will not give you, I always tell you guys, a one-on-one sit down. That's the way to go on these shows. That's how you get to some resolve. Now, what I needed from this episode is what they gave me, and that was several one-on-one sit downs. We got a sit down with Mary telling Bronwyn what happened. Bronwyn wasn't on the flight. Bronwyn took another flight. So Bronwyn is basically like, I don't know what to believe because she has the same questions I have. Where was the air marshal? If this was that bad, did the flight attendant step in? Did anybody? I'm wondering, why did nobody record this unless somebody did and they're holding it for us until the reunion or the finale, which I would love. More on that. We'll see how that pans out. But for right now, it's kind of like Bronwyn doesn't know what to believe. So when she sits down with Whitney, she still doesn't quite believe it, right? Because she feels like she knows that Brittany is an instigator. So she just can't see how this is happening. Speaking of flights, apparently Todd is on a business class flight or somewhere on some flight in midair. And apparently he's on his phone looking at other women. Now, this is I don't know. This is my thing to me. Okay. If the man is looking at first of all, my phone is never operational on the plane. So for me, I'm always wondering, how did y'all get on that Wi-Fi? And maybe I just haven't figured it out. You would think as much as I fly, I would know. But when I get on a plane, guess where my phone goes? Face down. Because I don't want to text nobody. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to do nothing with my phone. I want to sit there in silence, look out the window, read a book, or watch a movie, okay? Or sleep. Those are the things that I want to do on a plane. And so for me, how does somebody, if I saw Todd in the airport, guess who I would not know I would not know who he was. No, I would not. And I'm sad to say it. It's not like I think, it's just he doesn't have a familiar face to me. He doesn't. So if I were to see him, I would just think he is regular man on a flight looking at that. And I most certainly, this is just me also too. I don't give two-ish what people are doing on their phone. I don't care. I don't care. So this to me is such a weird thing that somebody is actually filming him on the plane, but that's neither here nor there. Apparently, he's looking at the women's, and Bronwyn don't appreciate it. What she would appreciate is if he told her, I likes to look at the women's on my phone while I'm on the plane, then she would be okay with it. But they ain't had that conversation yet. Okay. Bronwyn lets it be known to Whitney that she would be okay with whatever as long as they talked about it. Now I don't want to say whatever, but she would just be more okay with it. And I'm like, listen, whatever floats your boat, because Whitney's basically saying the same thing too. She's like, listen, girl, I understand. We've been married for 17 years, 15 years, or however many years. And, we need to shake things up a bit too. All right. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. I like this conversation because I was like, yes, let freedom ring for y'all people. Because at the end of the day, the thing about it is you don't know what be going on in people's relationships. You don't know what will be going on up in their household until they tell us, right? So for me, if that man was looking at them women's, I wouldn't have known what he was looking at on his phone because I don't be looking at other people's phones like that. Like, number one, mind your business. Second of all, Todd, what in the world are you doing looking at the women's on the plane? Like, I mean, you couldn't wait till you got to your hotel room. Like, you couldn't do that in the privacy. And then what would you on? Would you on Instagram? Because I mean, if so, I mean, my God, today that's filled with people, right? So I just have so many questions about this incident. But whatever it is, I don't really care enough to look into it. Moving right along. Lisa sits down with Heather. Baby, let me tell you something. I don't know how many sit downs they done had together this season where they've been going at it, but they've been going at this all season, and I'm here for each and every one of their sit downs. Lisa is very much given, I am not responsible for what Meredith did, and I don't recall the situation happening the way that you are saying it happened. And at the end of the day, Brittany shouldn't have done what she did because it was foul. Now, Brittany's the same person that was defending Lisa when everybody was talking about all of her lawsuits and everything that she had going on at the beginning of the season. But Lisa is like, I don't know her. Okay. It's really given. I don't know who she is. I don't know who is this woman? That's what it's given. Like, I don't even know this. Who? Brittany. Who is that? Is she on the cast? Whatever. I'm siding with Meredith. I don't know. I don't care what she did. That's the energy that Lisa's giving. Lisa didn't even go so far as to call Heather an F&B because they are trying to make it seem like Lisa is the villain. And Heather's like, now hold on, girl. You were in Brittany's face. Y'all did attack me when I told y'all to stop and leave this girl alone because she is sitting there crying and like a wet noodle, right? Heather's like, no. I mean, I was asleep for half the flight. Yes, I was. Wink, wink. Because early, I don't know if you recall this. Whitney tells old girl Bronwyn that I don't know if it was a mix of alcohol and sleeping pills. I was like, now, where did you get the sleeping pills from? Now, who actually had the sleeping pills? Because if Heather was sleeping during most of this confrontation, did she take the sleeping pills? Or are you saying that either Meredith or Lisa took the sleeping pills? Because if they did take the sleeping pills, wouldn't that make them more sleepy, Meredith? Like what Meredith gave us the first half of the season? And listen, I get it. Meredith is really not the rah-rah type until at least the second half of every season. If you notice the pattern is this. For the first 6 episodes, Meredith is very much, I'm disengaging. And then the second half of the season, that girl is lit. What is it? I mean, I'm here for it. I really am. But that's the pattern. The first half of the season, I'm disengaging. I don't know. Oh my God, I'm too good for this. The second half of the season, she is raging, okay? Whether it's in private and we can't see it, or whether it's in front of our face and she's throwing a knife, or deflecting with the water, doing some type of Matrix water dance with Brittany when she splashed her with the water the first time. So, it's very odd. I don't know who took some sleeping pills and why sleeping pills will make somebody rage like that, but Whitney, you got to tell me what's going on in your world and how you think about these sleeping. What sleeping pills are you thinking about? Okay. Because it sounds like they might have had some caffeine pills more than likely, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I'm just going on what she said. I didn't say it. This is alleged. Your life is alleged. Meanwhile, y'all, my favorite scene of the day, my favorite scene of the episode, I got to pull it up. I'm going to set it up for you. Mary is concerned about the way Meredith acted on the plane. In my mind, this happened if Mary is saying it. I just don't think that Mary is going to lie about her experience. And the concern with which she spoke to Meredith gave very much, girl, do you have something going on that we need to know about, that we need to talk about? Or what's wrong? Okay. And Meredith is oddly very much like, no, that's not what you heard. Absolutely not. I mean, the way she is gaslighting Mary in this scene. And listen, here's the thing. Meredith is a former attorney, correct? Right? So Meredith has a way of speaking that is very smart, right? She has a way of not really ever verifying that these things actually happened in any way, shape, or form. But really, she's not confirming nor really denying, but she's kind of downplaying the magnitude of her discussion to Lisa about Brittany. And she is intimating that Mary is imagining this, or that Whitney has gotten in her head. But this conversation is so hilarious to me because of the nuances of let me show you exactly what I mean, because I had to watch this like I've watched this about 14 times. I literally have. So just watch and listen.
Went on for a minute. No,
I got to start it over because you got to see it from the beginning.
it went on. It went on for a minute.
No, it was about 15 minutes.
No, Meredith.
It was look at the concern on Mary's face, y'all. It was honestly giving like soap opera. It was giving Melrose Place level drama. It was giving Dynasty / Falcon Crest sit down between these two women. Like, Mary is not irritated with her. Mary is concerned with her. And she's frustrated because she doesn't understand why her girlfriend is telling her this did not happen when she knows that it did. But it just, in my mind, it's kind of like, I gotta see the footage, y'all. I need to see the footage. Right, her face was like, girl, are you all right? Is everything all right in there? Like, their conversation is, I mean, it's relatively long, but the way they both go at it, again, Mary clearly knows that Meredith is not being as forthcoming as she should be. And Mary is very much like, what are you doing right now? Like, what is happening? Are you okay? How is it? And even in her confessional, she's like, I don't know what's happening or why she's doing this. But I have to applaud Mary because Mary never got irate with her. She never got frustrated with her. She was genuinely talking to her with a level of concern that I just had to applaud in this situation. But I also kind of have to applaud the masterful way that Meredith, in my opinion, was gaslighting the F out of Mary. Like, the way she was going on, like, this did not happen the way you saw it, was very, like, it was a little scary how convincing she was that this did not go the way that Mary and everyone else is saying. It's almost scary that either in her mind it really didn't, or she is a mastermind, and I just don't know which. Either way, it's not enough for me. I slightly enjoy it because I just, it's so wild to me that it happened this way. Y'all, let me tell you something. If you're not watching Salt Lake City, I'm going to tell you, you are missing out on some good old-fashioned television. The thing that makes this show so good, as opposed to, like, let's call out of Beverly Hills. And maybe even I'm going to make some people upset with this one, and maybe even a little Married to Medicine, is that I feel like the things are actually happening, right? Like, these things are actually occurring. Yes, there is some TV involved, but these things are naturally occurring. Like, and it's a bunch of things happening continuously. And I feel like, unlike Beverly Hills, where the women are so aware of themselves, they're super aware. They never allowed themselves to just be imperfect. And that's where the magic really lies with Salt Lake City. When you do reality TV, and I can only say this because of my own experience, there is something that happens when you just let go. One of the reasons why I'm okay being as, like, unhinged as I am, cleaning off the camera, like, I mean, it is what it is at this point, y'all. Like, there's something going wrong and y'all gonna know about it. I can't hide it. It is what it is. Like, okay, fine, cool. you know, that's magic to me. That's television magic when you just say, this is where it is. And if Meredith really feels like listen, you guys are not going to share this. Like, that reminds me a little bit of something that the Beverly Hills ladies would do, but it is the rest of the cast that have their foot on her neck, and they're like, no, girl, this happened. You're not going to try to make it seem like it didn't. Try as you might, but Heather was not letting Lisa off the hook. And Heather is kind of, she's kind of here. Sometimes it'd be right message, wrong messenger with Heather, because we still remember Heather and that black eye. Okay, so you can't talk about nobody, gaslight nobody. But it's been some time, so we're gonna let it slide because you've been staying on Lisa's neck all season. So I'm just gonna say, go girl at this point. Go get her. I mean, and listen, y'all, I like Lisa. Don't get me wrong. I still got my beat of tequila downstairs, okay? That she sent, and she ain't had to do that, but she did. And so now I'm gonna enjoy it. But girl, you need to be called out sometimes, okay? And Heather, for once, wishy-washy Heather, it has been on her job. I will give her that. This season, Heather has been working. She's been working hard for the money. And I think I enjoy it much more. But Mary and Meredith, that was some good old TV. And nobody got loud, y'all. Nobody got loud, nobody got out of pocket. That's what made it so good. It was just fascinating to watch them dance around this whole thing. Like, what are we supposed to do with this? And y'all, this will be the production. This is what y'all job should be. Production, y'all need to give us that footage. Somebody got that footage on the plane. I cannot believe ain't nobody got it. If they pull this footage out of Meredith going buck wild on that plane, y'all. We talk about TV right there. That's TV. All right. So anyway, that's the tea, y'all. Like, I to have to do this all over again, y'all, I just want to let y'all know that takes work and dedication. Okay, because I filmed that video. It was 33 minutes long, and nobody could hear a thing. Anyway, y'all, listen. Last night we did a webinar. Talked about one of my clients who had generated $7,000 with one of her videos on her YouTube channel. So we talked about that. For people who want to grow, you guys can tap into that in the link in the description. I'll do another one, I think, next week. It was fun. I had a good time. But also, too, y'all, I will be on Accidentally Informed tonight, y'all. Tonight with Erica Cobb, Claudia Jordan. So be sure to tune in. I think we're gonna be talking about the Wendy Williams of it all. We've got some other hot topics that we're gonna be discussing as well. So again, like I said, tune in, tap in, get turned on. It's gonna be a good time. I feel like they have this really great duo dynamic that's completely different and from each other, but it works because it's such a balance. It's like a yin and yang. So to be part of that and to be a part of that discussion, it's always super enlightening for me. I mean, I've only done it once, but I'm so excited to do it again because I got so much from the conversation, and hopefully y'all enjoy it as well. And I will hope to be a little less unhinged today as I figure out what's going on with this camera. I need to get that ready before showtime. And with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video.